Hello again, YouTube. So this is my second video. It's something I just learned to do not too long ago, but it's splitting your snowblower, splitting the engine, splitting it in half. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's super easy to do, even for someone like myself. I'm a novice mechanic, so if I can do it, anybody can do it, all right? So we're in Canada. I bought this secondhand snowblower, and whenever I first started snowblowing with it, it was only spitting it out, not so great, okay? I would have to go a little bit and then leave it and let it spit out, and go a little bit, leave it, spit out. So anyway, it was after my father came in, it was the second snowstorm. He was watching me snowblow and he's like, buddy, your belt's loose. And if you look here, it will say that normal use will loosen your belt, that you have a little tensioner, a little thing that adjusts. You have to adjust that in order to provide more tension, as this thing is spinning it into your auger, which is a thing back there, but that thing should be spinning much faster than this thing, okay? And if the stuff's too heavy or it's too loose, as soon as there's resistance, that belt is going to slip. So anyway, the first time I changed it, I ended up putting a belt on that's too tight, and what happens is, if it's too tight, this will be going on all the time, and then your auger control is useless. So basically, don't make sure it's not too tight, not too loose, but just in the Goldilocks zone, just right, okay? So in order to do this, it's pretty darn simple. Like I say, anyone can do it. So first, you take off whatever cap you're going to have in the middle of your snowblower. So for me, it's 1, 2, and then there's a third one here. And I don't have a cameraman, so I'm going to have to do these videos in stages. Then, right on the bottom, let's see if I can get a good visual. You're going to have 2 bolts right there. 1, 2, okay? And then same thing over here. See? 1, 2. As soon as you take that, watch, this thing is going to go down. So you might want to have something like, I have a little box. I'm going to keep it from tipping all the way over, and this thing is going to you're going to be able to split it pretty much right in half, and you're going to see your belt. I'll show you the next step with it, well, once I'm done taking it apart. Okay, so I was a little incorrect. There wasn't 2 bolts there, it was just the one. Same thing on the other side. Then as soon as I had that plastic housing a little loose, there was just one right there, and there was none on the others, or there was one on the other side. So there's one there, one on the bottom, one down there, and then that plastic housing comes off, and then you can see this is what they call splitting the engine. So it literally splits it right in half. Now, as you can see, these 2 things, these 2 bolts, are going to be what keep your belt in place. This is the tensioner. As you can see, this is completely without tension, and then you go up and up and up, and that's how you increase the tension. So as your belt gets looser, you just loosen this, bring it up a little more, and then tighten it back up. And then you can see right here, well, whenever you push on this, that's what's supposed to engage this, but it's so tight there now that it's fully under tension. So basically, take these 2 things off, you take this belt off, okay, you put the belt on, and again, it just goes on to here and then over here through these 2 things, and then put everything back together. It's super simple. All right, good luck with everything. So as we were taking off, it was super duper tight. So one thing I forgot to mention is you actually have to take the auger off. Okay, so as I was saying earlier, this, see how that moves? That's what engages your auger, and when it starts to spit it out right there, okay? So you had to take that section off. It's right here. And then we took that off. We took a flathead screwdriver, pried it out a little bit. Then we just took a wrench, and we started turning the motor itself, and popped right off. Like I say, that was as tight as it could be, and it came off super simple as soon as we got that screwdriver in it. So now, it's literally, as you can see here, once the engine is apart, she comes all the way down like that, that is splitting your engine. So right there, we just got to take it off around there. You watch your fingers when you do that, as it can get caught real easy, and then we'll put the new one on. So as you can see now, she's all put back together, and I'm going to say it is a huge difference whenever you actually have the right fitting belt. It went on like nothing. It took no effort at all. She slipped on there, and as you can see, this is what I'm talking about, the tensioner. See how that moves? That's how your auger starts, and if that's why, if this part is too loose, that part's too loose, it's not going to engage the auger, it's just going to slip the belt, right? So anyway, 2 notes of interest. Whenever you're putting your stuff together, be super duper careful not to drop stuff in there, because that's going to just be the biggest pain in the ass in the world trying to get that nut or bolt back, okay? So be really careful not to drop things in there. That's happened to me once. Also, always keep your old belt for reference, okay? Whenever you go in, you can either just by hand compare the two, or a lot of these places will have a little measuring thing that stretches them out. And so the difference, that was a 40-inch belt, and when it was fully stretched, it was 41.5 inches. So that's just for note. There was 1.5 inch give over the lifespan of one belt. So, all right, guys. Again, good luck with your own projects, and I will be back on with another project soon enough.